All right, let's just dive right in. If you're an investor, you need to know about April 2026. It was a month that's gonna go down in the books for AI. And look, it wasn't just about the cool new models. It was about the jaw-dropping amount of money being thrown around. This signaled a whole new gold rush. And if you want in, you have to understand the map. $60 billion. dollars. Just take a second and let that number really sink in. This isn't a company's total value. It's not some government budget. This was the price for one single deal in the AI space. The question is, for what? That's it. An AI coding assistant. Get this. A tool that helps engineers write code faster. This one transaction tells you everything you need to know. For the world's most ambitious companies, AI is no longer some side project or a nice to have. It is now mission-critical infrastructure. And that's the exact lens we need to look through for this entire explainer. So if that's the kind of money on the table, where is it all going? Well, the first and most obvious place is battleground number one, the fight between the giant proprietary AI models. This is where the titans are clashing. But here's the key. They aren't all fighting the same war. You know, what's so fascinating here is just how different their strategies are. You've got OpenAI with GPT 5.5. They want to be the super app for absolutely everything, the one AI to rule them all. Then there's Anthropic. They're building a fortress with Claude, focusing on big business and defense, where safety and reliability are everything. And then you have Meta, playing a completely different ballgame. They're aiming for a personal superintelligence that lives right inside the Facebook and Instagram apps you use every single day. See, these aren't just companies competing. They're basically architects trying to build entirely different kinds of economic empires. And this is a perfect example of Meta's clever strategy. They've got this thing called contemplating mode. Instead of one giant brain trying to solve a problem, MuseSpark can actually spin up multiple smaller AI agents to tackle it from different angles, all at the same time. It's a really smart way to get more reasoning power and speed without the insane brute force computing costs that its rivals are paying. It's a bet on being nimble. Okay, let's shift gears to our next battleground. Because while the Titans are busy building their expensive walled gardens, there is a massive counteroffensive being fought out in the open. For an investor, this is so important. Open source isn't just about free AI, it's a totally different strategic bet, one built on decentralization, speed, and customization. And this slide just perfectly captures the two big strategies in the open source world. On one side, you have these absolute monsters like Zippu's GLM 5.1. We're talking a 744 billion parameter beast designed for heavy-duty coding in a data center. On the other side, you've got Google's Gemma 4 family. These are small, efficient, and designed to run pretty much everywhere, from a big server all the way down to your phone. It's a classic battle playing out, right? Brute force power versus massive reach. Now, all this amazing software we've been talking about, both the closed-off stuff and the open source models, it all has to run on something. It all sits on a foundation of hardware. And this, my friends, is the picks and shovels play in this AI gold rush. And you could argue the fight here is the most important one of all. And, you know, when you talk about hardware, you are talking about NVIDIA. They are the center of this universe. Their next big platform, codenamed Vera Rubin, isn't just a minor update. No way. It's a fundamental reimagining of what an AI data center can be, and it's built to power the next decade of AI. Just look at that delta column. I mean, these numbers are absolutely wild. A 400% jump in performance is great, sure, but the number that should make every investor sit up straight is that last one, a 90% reduction in the cost per token. This is not just a tech spec, it's an economic earthquake. It means running powerful AI gets dramatically cheaper, and that unlocks a ton of new business models that just weren't possible before. And hey, when we say cost per token, we're really talking about inference. You can think of it like this. Training the AI is the huge one-time cost of building the factory. But inference, that's the ongoing cost of actually running the factory. Every single time a user asks a question or gets a result, driving down that cost is the key to getting AI into everyone's hands. Which brings us right to this deal. Look, NVIDIA was already the king of training AI models, no question. So this $20 billion play for Grok's assets and team, this was their power move to conquer the other side of the mountain. Super fast, super cheap inference. They're not just selling the picks and shovels anymore. They're trying to own the entire gold mine. So what happens when the tech is moving this fast and the stakes are this high? Well, the big fish start eating the smaller fish. You see massive financial moves, and the market starts to consolidate at a pace that'll make your head spin. So let's just recap the big deals that prove this is happening right now.
You've got SpaceX shelling out that incredible $60 billion for Cursor. That tells you these AI tools are now strategic assets. They're non-negotiable. Then there's NVIDIA's $20 billion play for Grox Tech, a move to own the whole compute stack. And it's not just the tech giants. Even consulting firms like Accenture are buying up specialized AI teams like Keepler. That shows the picks and shovels market is also expanding into high-value services. The message is simple. You either buy or you get left behind.
Okay, that was a lot, I know. So with all these pieces moving on the chessboard, what's the takeaway? How should you as an investor make sense of all this? Let's boil it down.
It really all comes down to keeping your eyes on these three battlegrounds. First, the titans of intelligence. Who is going to win that platform war and become the default for business? Second, the open source counteroffensive. Can a decentralized army of innovators really keep up with the giants? And third, and maybe most important, the hardware foundation. Because at the end of the day, whoever controls the chips controls the future. These are the big stories you need to follow.
And that leaves us with the final multi-trillion-dollar question, doesn't it? We see the tech giants spending hundreds of billions of dollars to build these incredible AI empires. So is the best investment found inside their walls? Or is the real explosive return hiding out there with the disruptors they haven't acquired yet? That is the question that will define the next phase of this AI gold rush.